Hey guys, it's Ernest again, and today we're granting the stage to the underdogs of the console wars. So from 647 titles, we're giving you the top 25 Xbox One games of all time, arranged by Play Score. The Play Score is an average of gamer and critic ratings. And starting off the list at number 25 is Doom. id Software reinvigorates the demonic portal from hell into this latest entry of the hardcore Doom franchise. This reboot comes with familiar designs like the classics, but would met with insane new upgrades. Be the iconic Doom guy and make them scream in terror as you tear them down limb by limb with your insane weapons. Also, when accompanied by the game's solid soundtrack, killing demons couldn't be more satisfying. It has a Play Score of 8.5. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Not part of Tolkien's expansive canon, but this first installment of the Monolith series gave us a jaw-dropping look at an already beloved universe, combining the familiar elements of Assassin's Creed and Batman combat with the visually stunning features of a living, breathing Middle-earth, not to mention the innovative Nemesis system. Shadow of Mordor surely impressed. With a sequel that's bogged down by an overexpanded universe, this first installment, although imperfect, stands tall as the better title on the Xbox One, with a Play Score of 8.5. Dishonored 2. Already considered as one of the best stealth games ever, Dishonored elevated the series once more with the release of their second installment. Introducing brand new characters and features and a spiked up difficulty, Dishonored 2 was an improvement in ways we didn't think possible. Having some problems with the optimization at the start, Arcane Studios has taken care of at least some of these issues in the subsequent updates. Still well worth the investment, and has a Play Score of 8.51. What Remains of Edith Finch. Giant Sparrow's narrative adventure game isn't exactly a horror game, but you'd be wrong to think that you can roam around the halls of the Finch Manor without so much as a tingle in your spine. Following a young descendant of a cursed clan, watch as she unravels the mystery that's long haunted their family. Sparking some debate on what counts as a game, what's clear is this creepy adventure is oozing with brilliance and detail. It has a Play Score of 8.52. Assassin's Creed Origins. Not the latest Assassin's Creed game, but as good as Odyssey is, Origins was the start of something new for the seemingly formulaic series. Set in ancient Egypt, way before the rise of Hidden Blade Brothers, it follows Bayek as he roams around their stunning deserts and architectural wonders. Heralding a move towards a more numbers-based RPG experience, it's one of the best recent AC titles, and its legacy will be felt for years to come. It has a Play Score of 8.52. Dark Souls 3. And speaking of legacies, there's nothing quite like From Software's action RPG. In this third and sadly final installment, the Nightmare Fuel monsters take a bow and draw the curtain to their beautiful gothic universe. Infamous for their punishing, stamina-based combat, Dark Souls 3 culminates the series by offering new bosses and quests in their familiar and beloved formula. Faster, flexible, and more rewarding than ever, it's nothing short of a fitting finale, and it has a Play Score of 8.55. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Another series finale for the books, Kojima also signs off on his celebrated stealth action adventure. Entering the open world format with style, Phantom Pain is a liberating experience for players and perhaps Kojima himself. Opening it up to an emergent sandbox gameplay, you get to pick your own style against the Soviet invasion. Taking the divergent path from the usual MG style, it has definitely made its mark, and it has a Play Score of 8.56. Dragon Age Inquisition. The third game in the Dragon Age franchise, BioWare takes a dive into a world of magic and fantasy. With its worlds broken up into different sections, it's not exactly an open world game, but its beautiful visuals create the same atmosphere of discovery and exploration. Inquisition also boasts deep RPG mechanics, branching choices, and satisfying combat. First released in 2014, there's been a lot of open world improvements since, but it still holds up for fans of the Dragon Age series. It has a Play Score of 8.61. Prequeling up at number 17 is Life is Strange Before the Storm. Help Max's blue-haired other half weather the storms in her own life in this Life is Strange spin-off from Deck 9. Differing from Max's more magical adventures in more ways than one, Before the Storm gave us a different perspective on Chloe's life. One that's not quite as depressing as pushing wheelchairs on the beach. While it doesn't have Max's time-bending wrists, Life is Strange emotionality and meaningful interactions power it all throughout. It has a Play Score of 8.63. Coming alive again and again at number 16 is Dead Cells. Motion Twin's roguelike Metroidvania platformer hack and slash became a breakout sensation right from when it released in 2018, and for good reason too. A fusion of many genres and inspirations, Dead Cells weaves all of them into one cohesive package. With the visceral thrill of their hack and slash action, it balances out the masochism that the roguelike genre usually entails. Bringing pleasure to pain with a lot of cool weapons in between, it has a play score of 8.63. Going fast at number 15 is Sonic Mania. Offering a new yet familiar Sonic adventure, you can bet it was a grand treat for longtime fans of the Blue Hedgehog. Refurbished and reinvented for the new generation, Sonic Mania boasts a lineup of bosses, new and old, along with a brand new set of paths and secrets to discover. Shining and shimmering at 60 FPS and packed with references to the older games, it's the perfect old meets new title. It has a play score of 8.64. It's a good day for a swell battle at number 14 with Cuphead. Studio MDHR's maiden title is an extraordinary work of art. Turning heads since its release, Cuphead took inspiration from the strange cartoons of the 1930s and turned them into poster boys for platforming punishment. Get to know their magically whimsical world as you go through each of the boss fights and run-and-gun stages. A masterpiece born from pure passion and has a play score of 8.65. Dungeon crawling at number 13 is Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. At least this one isn't a mobile game. This definitive edition brought the life back into the Diablo series with this refined version. It retains much of the same elements that made the franchise a success. The Ultimate Evil Edition showcases years of improvements into one ultimate game, especially with the addition of the Reaper of Souls expansion. It has a play score of 8.69. Painting at the number 12 spot is OKAMI HD. A gem from the PlayStation 2 era, the sweet brushstrokes of Amaterasu find their way to modern consoles, especially here on the Xbox One. A play on Japan's traditional art styles and mythologies, Okami is a colorful puzzle game that challenges you to rebuild the land of the rising sun with nothing but a magical paintbrush. This HD remaster may not have much new features to offer, but seeing the classic world with new eyes is well worth the investment. It has a play score of 8.70. Running out of Raccoon City at number 11 is Resident Evil 2 Remake. Capcom is on a winning streak lately. RE7 was a step in the right direction, but Resident Evil 2's latest remake is one hell of an experience. With their fully realized RE engine, experience the zombie game that changed the genre forever. Help Leon and Claire escape the infested Raccoon City and get back to the series' roots with its punishing survival horror elements. Its DLC's Ghost Survivors manages to add a new perspective to its zombie outbreak. It has a play score of 8.72. It's a mechanical battlefield at number 10 with Titanfall 2. The original brainchild of Respawn, greatly improving over its predecessor. Their fast-paced action and multi-dimensional combat introduces a single-player campaign worthy of the franchise. Basically, it's Call of Duty with steroids. Summon forth the game's brand new set of titans and engage in epic metal-to-metal battles with you and your friends. With Apex Legends taking center stage in Respawn's sci-fi FPS universe, it's only a matter of time before we get the elusive Titanfall 3. It has a play score of 8.77. Swinging in at number 9 is Rise of the Tomb Raider. The rebirth of Lara Croft was a huge thing for the past few years. Crystal Dynamics, in collaboration with Square Enix, brings forth the second main entry of the rebooted trilogy. This penultimate adventure takes Lara to the freezing Siberian wilderness. It received numerous praise for its eye-popping visuals and exhilarating combat, which is a tad better in comparison to its final installment, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. With 3 additional DLCs, it adds a whole new section for players to mess around. Raid tombs and solve puzzles as the game receives a play score of 8.78. Rolling the dice at number 8 is Divinity Original Sin 2. Larian Studios improves on their already exceptional title with a new definitive edition. Described as one of the richest role-playing games on the market, the sequel was praised for its breadth of customizations, interactive environments, and fully fleshed out storylines. It revitalized the pen and paper genre and fine-tuned it to an effective digital form. It creates a complete role-playing experience no matter how many times you play. This definitive edition features a new and improved multiplayer and co-op feature, especially its visuals and optimization. It receives a play score of 8.79. Saving the trees at number 7 is Ori and the Blind Forest. Compared to its definitive edition, there's really not much of a difference between them. This original title was a welcome surprise for Microsoft. Moon Studios' atmospheric 3D platformer delights players in an emotionally captivating adventure between a forest spirit and his quest to save its decaying world. Use a myriad of special magical abilities to traverse its beautiful world filled with danger and traps. We can't wait for its sequel. It has a play score of 8.91. Getting the thick number 6 spot is NieR Automata, Become as Gods Edition. This inventive spin-off to the Drakengard series brings out the best things of the action-adventure genre. Rivaling their own Bayonetta and Capcom's Devil May Cry, it features an intense hack-and-slash combat, all the while presenting a wide selection of appealing characters. Battle extraterrestrial threats and existential crisis in this unique take on the dystopian genre. Become as Gods Edition contains all the DLCs, including new skins. It has a play score of 9.04. It's never in limbo at number 5 with Inside. Playdead's puzzle platformer is an indie wonder. The success Limbo had motivated them to release the spiritual successor to its weird yet somber themes. This brand new adventure offers players with complex puzzles, tension-filled scenarios, and an atmospheric world devoid of joy. Without giving too much, the game is really dark, and that's always been Playdead's signature style. It has a play score of 9.05. Hitting the finish line at number 4 is Forza Motorsport 7. The gold standard of Microsoft racing, Turn 10 Studios' Forza series never fails to deliver elegance and respect to the genre. This 7th installment of the Motorsport series continues to put a heavier focus on its arcade racing formula. It's an immersive 100 hours of content as you race across the game's 32 massive locations. Conquer the slippery slopes of rain-slick roads, and drive through the paralyzing darkness of night racing with its collection of over 700 cars and 200 different configurations. Pair that with the lush hyper-realism that the series is known for, and you'll enjoy a full delight of breathtaking yet challenging drive. It receives a play score of 9.06. And enchanting the number 3 spot is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The third and final installment of CD Projekt Red's universally praised RPG grows better with time. At this point, anyone with a gaming console knows of this game's existence and its numerous accolades. Geralt of Rivia's last adventure is the best of the series. Praised for its picturesque medieval open world and a fantastic story, The Wild Hunt is a hallmark in video game design. Not to mention its 2 massive expansions, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, really shove it to the other game companies out there that this is how you do DLCs right. It has a play score of 9.08. Giving us a good old yeehaw at number 2 is Red Dead Redemption 2. Its debut on the Xbox One was a welcome surprise. Rockstar's reputation for open-world brilliance is carried over in this western frontier that boasts stunning detail in terms of visuals as well as historical accuracy. Set years before the original game, assume the role of Arthur Morgan and assert your law against the growing government forces. Its online multiplayer mode, Red Dead Online, pits players into a huge explorable world where they can customize their characters and engage into silly bar fights like the way they really do it in the West. It receives a play score of 9.19. And before we reveal the number 1, we'd love to know what your favorite Xbox One game is in the comment section. You can also check out the complete list of 647 games at our website, whatoplay.com, by clicking the icon in the top right corner and the description box below. And the best Xbox One game so far is Forza Horizon 4. Building upon the success of their previous installments, this latest title of the Forza Horizon franchise is the next step for the future of the racing genre. What makes this game stand out from the other Forza entries is its strong emphasis of its open-world elements. Horizon 4 doesn't hold back when it comes to presenting their massive collection of over 400 licensed cars, an insane dynamic weather feature, and a graphical quality that rivals the best games out there. The game still has an active community, especially with its numerous DLCs. Its recent expansion, Fortune Island, takes players to a brand new area filled with treacherous tracks. It receives a play score of 9.24. And if you love this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to become a certified What To Player. That's about it. See you next time.